I have some great news, which seems a little bit odd after the last video about the off-grid moto Chadwick soft bags. Those are 25 liters a pop, I believe, and they weren't quite what I wanted for long-term touring. So I've got a big box here, and as I noted in the last video as well, I also have an issue where I had to spend $150 to Mosko Moto to make the Chadwicks even fit my bike, and I bought the Chadwicks via a pre-sale, and I spent $199 on them, and then I spent roughly 80% of the cost of the bags to a competitor in order to make them fit. Now, I'm still very bullish on off-grid moto. I think their product's fantastic. Most importantly, Josh over there is awesome. I mean, he really is just fantastic. So I'm going to stick around with them, of course. I'm not going to change things up, but we are trying a competitor's product, and I'll probably use it for touring where I'm gone for a week at a time. So right now, you probably can't read this, we've got the Backcountry Panniers. That included the puck pack, which is what I needed for the Chadwicks. The keys, and then they included for free a 20-liter dry bag, a 20-liter tracker, and then a 20-liter dry sack, and then 2 dry bag storage pouches. So pretty cool, and some MOLLE sticks, of course, which you need to connect the packs to the Mosko Moto 35-liter Backcountry luggage. So let's get it unboxed, and we'll install them. Okay, so this looks to be the, I would assume left side, but yeah, left side, perfect. These things are supposedly extremely rugged. The last time I went on a long weekend was with the Quebec BMW group, and the leader of that group, Sylvain, awesome guy, really a badass off-road, just you know, hauls ass. Had these on his bike, and it was just impressive how much weight they took, way more than the Panniers are supposedly rated for, but also just how solid these things are. You've got these really hard, I think these are glass-filled backs here. You've got a turnkey solution, so you can pull these guys right off, which is nice. Those back locked in. Huge capacity, 35 liters per side for a total of 70 liters for total storage capacity. $6.99 for the set. A lot of money, but compared to what some people pay for hard luggage, it's not that much money. The Chadwicks from Off-Grid Moto are waterproof. I've expressed to Josh I would like to have a waterproof liner inside, and he said that he'll probably end up making one, people that want to buy it anyway. My really thing is, even though the fabric that he uses is waterproof, if I have a crash and end up tearing the outside of his bag, I'd like to have a second level of protection, at least allow me to get home without dropping stuff off of the side of the road out the bottom of the bag. So that's been my maintenance center. This is going to need a little bit of a break-in process, but this side looks fantastic. Let's look on the right side. Not much different there. It's got the cool MOLLE connection to the bottom and the back side. Looks awesome. Let's see what the extras were. This is the part of the Black Friday promotion. We've got a 20-liter dry sack, which I believe goes inside the 20-liter tracker bag. Yep. Here's our tracker. So in it, you've got one side which is available for putting a map in here. Other side will have their MOLLE system. 20 liters is plenty for overnight clothes, some tools, that kind of thing. I mean, not for camping, obviously, but you can put a lot of stuff in here. You can strap it down to the back of your tail bag here. For inside of here, we've got a dry sack put inside. Fits perfectly, just like that. And then on top, you've got your MOLLE system that can hook on both ways. Also in here, we have 2 2-liter dry bags. These fit on the back or the bottoms of the Backcountry Panniers, or on the top of the 20-liter, if you want to use that system. There's that on my hand. You've got the connectors in the back here. Look nice. They've got holders on the front. Actually, not fully expanded yet. There we go. Pop those guys out. I think each of these can hold one MSR fuel thing. They cannot hold the fatty tool roll that Mosko sells, but they can hold most tool rolls. I'm going to use them for all kinds of things, honestly. They're going to be used pretty well. So there's those two. Then we also have, thrown in here, I guess this tore on the bottom. We've got our sticks, which are required to mount these to the panniers. So 4 sticks each. Then we have some hex. We have our puck hardware kit. Now, as mentioned in the last video, this is what the $49 extra is, unless you buy it with the Pannier set. So that's it for this unboxing, but let's cut and we'll go over to the bike and we'll install this on the bike and show you guys how it looks here. So we have, as you can see, these 4 straps which I use for the Off-Grid Moto Chadwick soft luggage fixed to the bike. Ignore those. Also ignore the fact that we have this large bracket right here, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to remove this and we're going to kind of go back to step 2, which following putting the sticky tape on the inside of this bit here, we're going to fix the glass nylon bracket. That's going to involve taking this guy off first. Now I do think though, if you are someone that has the Backcountry 35-liter bags from Mosko Moto, and you want to switch to off-grid moto bags part-time, you know, just for commuting to and from work, a nice weekend trip without needing the large heavy, because the off-grid moto bags probably weigh 3 or 4 pounds each, whereas the bags from Mosko Moto, they feel like they're about 10 or 12 pounds a piece. They're very, very heavy. So you may want to just run the off-grids part-time, and that's totally fine, which is what I plan on doing, as you can see from these straps here that are in this configuration. So we're kind of going back to square one here. We're going to get this guy staged, so it goes right there, and then we're going to kind of go back to where we were before, which was putting this blue piece here behind there, and then putting this big bracket right on the front right there. And this is the first step we're going to do, because I want to get this staged up a bit here. Now, this bottom piece here with the larger brackets that come with the water-cooled adapter, it's an important aspect of this process, because this is holding the adapter in place. The rest of these screws are just holding the adapter to the backing mounting here, but this one's actually holding the mounting to the GSA rack. So this is a very important one. I think if you were to leave this on here permanently, maybe some Loctite wouldn't be a bad idea. So you can kind of see there where it lines up pretty easily. So that through there, I should go around back so you can see a little bit better. Alright, moment of truth. We have our bag ready to mount here. And twist it. Oh, you got a nice little padlock there on the inside, which is really cool. It's not going anywhere, that's for sure. Yeah, so it is completely flat, obviously, as far as the shipping size. Unhook this. Unhook this here. And there it is on the bike. I'm going to probably throw some towels in there during the off season to get this guy stretched out a little bit. And that is really hard. This is a very meaty bag. It's heavy, it's thick. It's got the really thick waterproof layer on the inside there. You've got your beaver tail here, so you could put let's grab my 1 gallon rotor packs. You'll throw that in there. When you compare this to the Chadwick, which I spent $199 on, this is $700 for the set, you're getting a lot more bag. Yeah, you know, it would do a 1 gallon, but I mean, with these loosened up, but you're definitely taking away a little bit from the inside space. Very, very impressive. Okay, we're going to stop for now. We're going to switch to the other side of the bike, which is going to be a little hard. This is actually a product plug. There's a guy on Adventure Rider that makes these cool little, I'll link to it below, but he has 10 left. They're $70 a pop. If you have a bike with a center stand like the BMW GS here, you can put the center stand on the plate and then move the bike in a full 360. So it would make this job really easy. I can move the whole bike around in a circle very simply. So shout out to that guy. I will link to his products. He has 10 left. He said he's going to stop making them. I'm definitely going to order one, so don't order all 9 of them. But it would be great for this situation to move the bike in a full circle like this. Alright, camera move time. Now, I read the instructions. It said set the bags, the wedges as low as possible. So I went back on this side over here and dropped this wedge all the way down to the ground. And this one, of course, is also very low. Well, a little bit catching here on this hand guard. Are we aligned here? Let's see, because this right here is actually scratching up the hand guard. So I managed to get it past there. It just took a little bit of pushing, which of course is a little frustrating, right? Because it's supposed to clear that. It cleared on the other side fine, but that's because there's this gap here because of the way the exhaust is pushing out. But I did clear it. Just not as it wasn't as clean as I would have liked it to be. So what I'm doing now is I'm in the process of stuffing these things with towels to get them up to the ideal size. For theft reasons, I do think I'm going to end up, this was not in all the way, I'm going to end up, oh, it's because it's bent down here at the bottom. For theft reasons, I'm going to buy 2 padlocks for these. They're not that hard to beat, padlocks, but and obviously the contents are more important, but it'll be nice to have these things padlocked down to the wedges, which is a kind of nice feature. I didn't realize that there were padlock holes there. You know, the descriptions on these were actually pretty simple. They weren't, the Mosko people didn't really spend a lot of time talking about all the features, and now that we're into it, all I can think of is, wow, there's a ton of features that just were not highlighted in the online description for these. So, but you don't want to overwhelm people with too many features. Let's just get the beaver tail out of the way here. Oh, there's even like a little pocket in here. That's pretty fucking awesome, man. Sorry for cursing. So let's just kind of stretch this out. They kind of compress them down for shipping, obviously. Looks like there's the bottom here is also tightened down. Oh yeah. There we go. That's better. Alright, now we can put the... There's like another little pocket on the back. Huh. Put these guys back in. There is a... Oh, it looks like the actual waterproof bag also folds over, so you just fold it over by itself and just have a little waterproof bag. That's pretty cool. Alright, we're installed. The whole process was roughly an hour, and it's not only because I was really exploring the features of the bags and playing around with all the adjustability of them. They're really full featured. I mean, these things, you've got the front molly, which I've attached the 2-liter dry bags into, and they're solid, they're not moving. You've got underneath as well, which personally I won't attach any bags to the bottom unless I absolutely have to. I kind of wish there was attachments up top, even though I understand why they wouldn't do that, but I kind of like to lift up as opposed to go down, and that goes against everything that you guys know is true about off-roading. But yeah, these things, they just look wonderful. I mean, they're extremely thick, very durable. They're really heavy. They're very, very heavy. So, you know, if you're trying to save weight from the hard luggage, here's what I think. This is one guy talking here. I think that these are going to be the ultimate off-road week-long adventure bags. They're not going to tear, they're not going to rip, they're going to hold everything that you would need reasonably. Even though 35 liters a piece, I can definitely get more into my hard luggage because you've got an organized space. It's all formed. It's not going to bend or compress. I feel like confidently I can get more in my hard luggage. I feel better with my hard luggage. I feel like my hard luggage weighs exactly the same as these when you factor in the mounting plates. But when I've dropped the bike, it's game over. So this allows me to eat crap, eat dirt, eat shit, whatever, and still keep riding. And I think that's a really valuable part of this, of why these are so good. They cost the exact same thing I paid for my hard side luggage, and I hope that they do their job well. I'm gonna put my luggage back on, my top luggage, and I'm gonna grab the 20-liter tracker and put it on top of the very top, and we'll just kind of see how it looks, and I'll kind of decide what I want to do with that bag. Yeah, but for these, I'm really happy with it. They gave me 4 extra of the Molly sticks, so I'll use those for something. But I really love these things. What I might end up doing is put the 2 liters on top of the 20-liter tracker, which is this guy here. It's not put down yet, but put the 2-liter dry bag on top of here. Maybe both of them go in there, to be honest, because you need 2 sticks each. It's got 5 here. And then end up buying their 4-liter pouches at the very front and put water in one, and then 2 MSR fuel containers in the other one. Or one would be a tool roll, one would be a water bladder. Just an idea, just thinking out loud, but this thing's plenty big, and we'll kind of see how that fits into the equation here as well. So anyway, let's cut back to the final thing, so I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so this is the final version of my road trip stuff. So I'm going to have one more small tiny bag that straps down to the handrails. That's going to be my tent and things that I need every night, so I can leave all this stuff kind of locked to the bike. Up here is the 20-liter tracker. It's very top heavy weight. This will probably relocate to here, maybe pushed up this way against this, and then that way the tent can sit behind it here. But just to give you guys an idea, so this still opens up here. No problem with that. The bag I usually travel with when I'm camping and such. This is my camping gear, just camping gear, nothing else. This is my sleeping mat, sleeping bag, tent, chair, headlamp, and I think a sleeping pad. So I've got a pad and a mat. It was inflatable and let's just roll out. So you can get an idea now of how much that is. I think that most of this can go into, well, could go into a narrower bag, and the rest of it can go into one of these side things here. But as you can see, the way this is designed, this is a Nelson rig, it's a cheap dry bag, it overlaps these guys. And so in the past, I'd have to actually remove this in order to get to my hard luggage. Now I could probably get to the soft luggage, no problem, but it's just a kind of a pain to strap down. It also is a lot of weight. I mean, these are fully empty right now, and it's a lot of weight back there. So we'll have to see kind of how it all ends up, but I would like to get a smaller version of this. Maybe use my B&W dry bag, or get maybe another tracker, like a Tracker 20, and put it here for just tent camping gear. But anyway, this is the setup. So, lots going to change. It's only December. I'm not going on my road trip until, well, first one's in March, and then the next one's in July. These are big ones. I do weekend trips. These are the big trips. But I'm pretty happy with that setup. I don't know how this lighting is actually helping or hurting us here. I don't know if it's any better or not. So this is kind of a unboxing, review, install of the Mosko Moto Backcountry 35 liter with the 2 liter dry bags on the fronts, as well as the Tracker 20, and that is a Beaumont hard case. My windscreen is off. Don't ask. The Tracker 20, and then the Roto Packs, 2 gallon on top and the water 1 gallon on the bottom. I think we're ready for an adventure. I'm really excited about this stuff. I truly am very, very excited to have all this stuff on the bike. And there's lots more stuff coming that I can show you guys at a later date. But this is it for now. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. It's Friday night. We're going to New York tomorrow to the Progressive show at Javits. This will come out way after that show, but I do look forward to having some video clips for you all. And thanks for following along. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend.